There's one song Barry Gibb can't get through. Not without closing his eyes. Not without his voice cracking. And no, it's not the Bee Gees' biggest hit. It's not the disco anthem you're thinking of. It's something quieter. Something written when no one knew it would become a farewell. To the world, Barry is a legend. The last Bee Gee, the falsetto that shaped generations. But when the lights go down and the music starts, there's one melody that cuts deeper than the rest. A song that was never meant to be tragic. Yet every time he sings it, Barry isn't performing. He's grieving. Because hidden behind the lyrics is something most people miss. A voice he can still hear. A message he never got to send. And the reason that song still breaks Barry Gibb today? It's not just about music. It's about loss, regret, and the memory of the brothers he can never bring back. But which song is it? And why does it still haunt him decades later? You're about to find out. For millions, Barry Gibb is a musical icon. 1/3 of the Bee Gees, the voice behind some of the most unforgettable songs ever recorded. But for Barry, that title, The Last Bee Gee, has never felt like an honor. It's felt like a weight, a constant, heavy reminder of everyone he's lost. Andy, Maurice, Robin, one by one, they disappeared from his life. Andy, the youngest, gone at just 30. Maurice, his anchor, died suddenly in 2003. Then Robin, the twin soul he'd harmonized with since childhood, passed in 2012. The applause didn't stop. The tributes kept coming. Fans filled arenas and told Barry what the Bee Gees meant to them. But when the shows ended, when the dressing room door shut and the crowd noise faded, Barry wasn't surrounded by legacy. He was surrounded by silence. Because that's the thing about being the last one standing. You don't just inherit the spotlight. You inherit the silence, too. The memories, the what-ifs, the guilt. And maybe that's why there's one song Barry has never been able to let go of. A song that carries more than just melody. It carries ghosts. In 1997, the Bee Gees weren't chasing charts anymore. They had already conquered pop, disco, ballads, you name it. They didn't need another hit. But then came a request from someone with a voice powerful enough to carry the weight of anything, Celine Dion. She needed a ballad, something timeless, something that could live on after the final note. So Barry, Robin, and Maurice sat down, like they had so many times before, and wrote Immortality. At the time, it wasn't written with grief in mind. It was a song about endurance, about spirit, about the dream of living through the people we leave behind. The brothers even recorded their own backing vocals, those signature harmonies tucked beneath Celine's soaring lead. Just another beautiful collaboration, or so it seemed. Barry had no idea what that song would come to mean, because just a few years later, Immortality stopped being symbolic and started feeling like a message from the other side. When Maurice passed suddenly in 2003, something shifted. And when Robin followed in 2012, the lyrics no longer belonged to Celine. They belong to Barry. Now, every time he sings it, he's not just remembering, he's reliving. But before Immortality became a lifeline, there was a different loss. One that came too soon. One that left Barry with more questions than answers. And it started with the youngest Gibb of them all. Andy Gibb was never officially part of the Bee Gees lineup, but in Barry's heart, he was always one of them. The youngest of the brothers, Andy had a charm that lit up every room and a voice that could melt through radio static. With Barry guiding him behind the scenes, Andy's solo career exploded. At just 19, he was topping charts. By 21, he had back-to-back #1 hits. One of them, Shadow Dancing, stayed at the top for 7 straight weeks in 1978. It looked like Andy had it all. But behind the magazine covers and late-night interviews, things were unraveling fast. Andy wasn't just chasing fame. He was running from something. He struggled privately with addiction, battled depression, and never quite believed he deserved the love pouring in from fans. He smiled for cameras, but behind closed doors, he was sinking. Barry tried to help, offering guidance, producing songs, stepping in like a mentor. But when family and fame collide, lines blur. Was he being a brother? A manager? A savior? No one really knew. And by the late 80s, Barry admitted there was distance. Not anger, just silence. Then came the blow no one saw coming. In March of 1988, Andy died suddenly, just 5 days after turning 30. His heart simply gave out. To the world, it was another tragic end to a young star. But to Barry, it was something far more personal. A failure he never got the chance to fix. He gave a eulogy. He honored Andy in interviews. But something in him shifted. He stopped performing Andy's songs. He avoided certain questions. And according to people close to him, there was one track connected directly to Andy's voice that Barry couldn't bear to hear, not even decades later. So could that be the song that still breaks him? Maybe. But to get closer to the truth, we have to follow the trail of grief as it keeps growing. Because Andy was just the beginning. Andy's death was a wound that never fully healed. But fate wasn't finished with Barry Gibb. In 2003, it struck again. Maurice Gibb, Barry's twin in spirit, the steady heartbeat of the Bee Gees, died suddenly during emergency surgery. One day they were planning the future. The next, Barry was standing at another funeral. Maurice wasn't just a brother. He was the glue, the calm in the chaos. The one who could ease tension in the studio with a joke or a quick harmony. When Maurice died, it was like the engine of the Bee Gees shut down. Barry tried to keep moving. He and Robin performed together, trying to recapture the old spark. But the rhythm was off. The unspoken shorthand between three brothers, gone. Then in 2012, the final thread snapped. Robin Gibb, Barry's closest vocal partner since childhood, lost his battle with cancer. Barry was now the only one left. He stood under spotlights that once belonged to all of them. He sang the harmonies by himself. Fans cheered, but the silence between the notes was louder than ever. In interviews, Barry confessed something that cut deep. "I still hear their voices when I sing. I wait for their harmonies." It wasn't just memory. It was a haunting. And in the middle of that haunting, one song kept returning. Not just in performance, but in meaning. The same song they had once written for someone else. The one they thought would be about life. But now, it was about everything they lost. When Immortality was first written, it was meant to be powerful, but not painful. Barry, Maurice, and Robin had crafted it for someone else's voice, never knowing how much it would one day mirror their own story. But as the years passed, and each brother's voice fell silent, the song began to change. By the time Barry started performing Immortality alone, it wasn't just a song anymore. It was a conversation with ghosts. He stood under dim lights, surrounded by fans who had followed the Bee Gees for decades. The music would start, and for a few fleeting minutes, the voices of Robin and Maurice would rise again, layered beneath him from old recordings. Barry would close his eyes. The audience would go quiet, and suddenly, this wasn't a concert. It was a vigil. "We don't say goodbye," he sang. And it didn't sound like a lyric. It sounded like a promise. Fans who witnessed these performances described a shift in the room, as if grief itself had stepped onto the stage. You could see it in Barry's face. The way his voice cracked on certain lines. The way he lingered on the notes that used to belong to someone else. In interviews, Barry admitted Immortality brings him to tears. Not because of the fame, not because of the memories, but because, in that moment, he can still hear them. Robin, Maurice, singing with him, as if they never left. And yet, as powerful as Immortality is, some say it's not the only song that still breaks him. Because before all the fame and tragedy, there was another melody. One written in a different kind of pain. And when Barry sings that one, it's not just his brother's voices he hears, it's his own past. Before Immortality echoed with loss, before Andy's final days, there was I Started a Joke. Released in 1968, it was one of the Bee Gees' earliest emotional powerhouses, written with a haunting simplicity that never needed much explanation. Robin Gibb took the lead, his voice fragile, almost ghost-like, as if he knew something the rest of the world didn't. At the time, fans didn't know what to make of it. Some thought it was spiritual, others called it existential. But Robin never clarified. He didn't have to. The sadness was baked into every note. I Started a Joke, which started the whole world crying. Decades later, when Robin passed, Barry took that song back to the stage. But this time, it was different. He stood alone. No harmonies, no second voice to carry the melody. Just him, a guitar, and the weight of everything unsaid. Under soft blue lights, he would begin to play. And somewhere between the first verse and the final line, something would crack. His voice, his hands, his heart. Fans noticed the tremble, the watery eyes, the way he sometimes couldn't finish the song. It wasn't a performance anymore. It was a confession. Because I Started a Joke wasn't just Robin's song. It became Barry's mirror. A reflection of everything the Bee Gees were mocked for. The falsettos, the glitter, the disco, but stripped of all the noise. What was left? Three brothers, trying to be heard. And now, one left behind, trying to make peace with the silence. Still, as heartbreaking as I started a joke is, there may be one more song. One no one's ever heard. One that was never meant to be played at all. Andy Gibb was only 30 when his heart gave out. To the outside world, it was framed like so many other tragedies in pop culture. A young star gone too soon, lost to fame and fragility. But for Barry, it was different. This wasn't just a brother lost. This was a wound that never healed. A pain that still lingers in the quiet. Barry had tried to help. He guided Andy's career, wrote and produced his biggest hits, stood by him through addiction, rehab, and the roller coaster of public life. But in the end, Barry admitted something that still haunts him. Losing Andy was the hardest, because it was preventable. I always wonder if I could have done more. And then, there's the tape. According to close friends and biographers, Andy recorded a rough demo just months before his death. Stripped down, raw, no label involvement, just his voice and whatever was left of his hope. That demo, they say, was never released, never leaked. It was given directly to Barry. The title? Unknown. The lyrics? Never printed. The tape? Allegedly locked away, untouched for over 3 decades. Barry has never confirmed its existence, but he's never denied it either. Those close to the family say it wasn't just a song, it was a final message. A goodbye? A confession meant for one person only. And maybe that's why Barry never let the world hear it. Not because it's not good enough, but because it's too real, too painful, too sacred. Because when you've lost everyone you once harmonized with, there are some notes you don't play for a crowd. Some goodbyes are meant to stay private. Still, that rumored song, if it exists, might just be the one that breaks Barry the most. Not because of its melody, but because of who it came from and what it might have said. And when Barry performs certain songs today, like To Love Somebody, fans say they can sometimes see it. A flicker in his expression, a pause that wasn't in the set list, a lyric aimed not at the audience, but at the past. Because even now, decades later, Barry isn't just remembering Andy. He's carrying him, quietly, always. Barry Gibb's life has been a symphony of highs and heartbreaking lows. Through decades of fame, fortune, and creative triumph, one melody has never left him, the song of loss. It's the echo of brothers gone too soon, of dreams that never fully healed. The Bee Gees gave the world timeless hits that still fill stadiums and hearts. But behind the scenes, Barry's story is threaded with silence and shadows, notes no audience ever hears. The song he'll never escape isn't on any album or chart. It's the quiet refrain of grief, guilt, and undying love. Barry once said, "Music was our way of holding on to each other, even when we couldn't." And maybe that's why the music lives on, because it's more than songs. It's a family story, a brother's promise, a legacy carved in harmony and heartache. For Barry, the stage lights will keep shining. But the real song, the one that plays in his soul, is the one that keeps Andy, Maurice, and Robin alive. In every lyric, every note, Barry Gibb carries them with him, forever immortal. Because some songs aren't just heard, they're felt, and some bonds never break.